suck. Dude, what the fuck are you fighting on Twitter for? Oh my god.
Mercedes has creative control, man.
It's not a bot. She's really texting me.
He really is the last real champion, guys. You'll see.
Oh my god. Dude, you can't be quiet because you typing hard as fuck over there. What are you arguing about?
This fucker's calling me racist.
Are you?
No,
How'd you know?
I'm pretty sure I'd know if I was racist.
I don't think you would, because there's
Oh.
plenty of people who are racist that don't know they're racist.
If I was racist, I would have asked you for your opinion, and I would have just assumed stuff instead of trying
Like
to
Clayton
educate
Bigsby.
myself.
Well, I mean, you kind of did, brother. I mean,
Clayton Bigsby
you
is an
upset.
example.
You upset. Show us your face, brother. The dude heads explode. Oh god. Oh, what a skit. What a skit.
Never happened today.
Oh, what a skit. Oh, Jasper, show us your face, brother. Dude, we could put you in the back if you're just gonna sit there and argue with the motherfuckers on Twitter.
No, I'm ready to go when he's ready to go.
We are ready to go, but
Live.
damn.
Oh, I didn't know we were live. You didn't. I didn't hear the freaking. I didn't hear the start.
No, what the fuck? Because you was just typing like all mad and shit.
Defending your final world champion.
So how was Backlash?
Did you even watch the show?
Yeah, of course I watched the show. I'm starting the conversation for the show.
I just want to make sure it ain't another AEW event where you complain
No.
about it, but you ain't watch that shit,
Watch 1 minute of it.
right?
Dude accidentally watched Backlash from 2005 instead.
Why is JBL wrestling again?
Triple H has long hair. What the fuck is this? Dude marked out for Batista.
Oh, stop. Just stop.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's show's okay.
Better than expected.
I don't know what you expected.
That's why it was better, because I wasn't expecting anything.
It was an okay show. A real world champion won. A
Better,
Filipino
better
joined the
match
bloodline.
than the main event of Mania.
Jeff Cobb joins the bloodline, even though I'm pretty sure he's not Samoan.
Well, they're not
He's
the
still-
bloodline.
He's
Or
Filipino.
Polynesian.
But I don't know if they're not even calling themselves the Bloodline anymore. I don't think they haven't been called the Bloodline since January.
They're not calling themselves anything because they all fucking hurt.
They all are right now. Actually, we should be near the return of Tongalo.
Yeah, but
The
they may
great
keep. I
Tongalo.
wonder if they'll keep him off until what's his face gets back.
That's what you know, guy. Pat was great tonight.
Tamatanga.
Pat was good tonight, except for that one botch, which I'm surprised hasn't been going around yet. Of where he tried to jump over the top rope and fucking tripped.
Well, I mean, he's not a regular wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, motherfuckers. Yeah, Pat was great tonight.
I really thought for a second they were gonna have freaking Pat go over, especially when Cole's pulled on that leg and pulled that old Bobby Heenan move. He was holding down the ankle from the suplex. I was like, "There's no way they're gonna put Pat over."
They could have. The crowd was looking forward to it. Pat was probably the most over person besides Orton tonight.
Even Lyra was a little bit over tonight.
Crowd was great. Good crowd.
Mm.
So, what's the biggest takeaway from tonight?
I don't know who's next for Cena. That's for sure. Besides the rumor of R-Truth at China Night's main event, which is a joke.
I really hope it isn't, but it's probably gonna happen.
Biggest takeaway from tonight: Finn Balor got Judgment Day ejected on purpose. Did anybody else catch that?
Yep, that's why he
Purposely
went for the
took too
chair.
long.
What'd you say?
Purposely went too long.
Yep. He did that shit on purpose. That was funny.
Um,
Lyra actually looked impressive tonight on her first pay-per-view match.
Lyra might have been the biggest takeaway of the night. Because I don't think it was Jeff Cobb's debut.
No.
Like,
She,
okay, good little pop, but like, let's be honest. I don't think most of these motherfuckers who even popped for him there even know who he is.
probably not.
They're
That's
probably
true.
just like, oh, another one. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think the WWE casual fans know who Jeff Cobb is. I don't think they followed who he is.
I don't
I'm
think
interested to
that.
see what they do with him, but like, I don't think he should have been a straight to the main roster debut.
I
Man,
mean,
he's 42. We're gonna really put him in NXT.
I mean, who we've had plenty of. I mean, you put him in there for like a quick like few months just so people know his fucking name and get used to him, kind of, and then move him up.
not everybody knows. Not everybody knew who Jade Cargill was either.
Yeah, but like WWE like really pushed it. Be like, hey, you should know who Jade Cargill is when she signed.
I mean, they at least made a big deal about her signing and all that. It wasn't that she just showed up.
I mean, nobody really knows who Jeff Cobb is.
Exactly. He should have been. I think he should have been in NXT at least for a few months, and then right up. But hey, he's probably gonna fucking kill it on the main roster for now.
Mm.
You know why people probably pop? They're probably like, "Wow, Bronson Reed's back." Because I still don't buy that crowd knew who the fuck he was.
But I'm pretty sure they didn't.
They just popped at everything. Except for Cena. Cena was the only one that did not get a pop. Cena got booed. Right out the arena. And then another takeaway is Nick Aldis eats another RKO from Randy.
You think they're gonna do all this Randy at SummerSlam?
If you're gonna have Aldis wrestle, that's probably the match you do first. I don't think it's a nothing. It's 3 times this man's been RKO'd though.
But to be fair, he also arcade everyone else in the ring.
Yes. But that's gonna be brought up
I'm
this
sure it
Friday.
will be.
And he'll probably eat a 4th one.
You
At
know,
least they have time to build it to SummerSlam, not like where they were rumored to hotshot it for WrestleMania.
no. I have to say this. This card was probably the most lackluster card with star
It
power
was.
I've seen in a while.
Usually Backlash is, though. Like, Backlash has always kind of been like All right, let's just throw a card together just to throw a card together. Like we got spoiled the last 2 years because we had the great crowd in Puerto Rico and then the great crowd in France. But like Backlash for the most part, since its return, it's been kind of a fuck it, here you go. Here's a card just to have a card, and hopefully something on the card kills it. 2 years ago it was Bad Bunny, Damian Priest. Last year it was Cody versus AJ in Jay's entrance.
I just don't buy. I have to say this SmackDown last night was better than Backlash.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can easily argue that.
Especially that last hour of SmackDown last night.
I think SmackDown. I get the hate from people about SmackDown being 3 hours, but we're seeing both shows at 3 hours technically. Raw's really 2.5, but both roughly around three. And SmackDown's accomplishing more in that 3 hour span than Raw is, and Raw has way less limitations.
It was the same shit that happened in 2004 when they split. Raw was fucking boring, and everybody in SmackDown was like,
It's like we were talking about it today, the like complete difference in booking between the women on Raw and the women on SmackDown. It's night and day. Even the tag division, completely different.
yeah.
Mid card, I'd argue, is about the same.
I mean,
Would it be fair to say that SmackDown does have better talent all around for the female division
I
for
think
them
that
to be able to do that?
I think that they I
I'm kind of
think that
thinking
if
who's in that fucking Raw
I think
division.
that, I think that if they do the fucking draft, they have to move some of the women over to Raw because fucking SmackDown is loaded. I mean, you got Tiffany Stratton, you got Nate, you got Tiffany Stratton, you got Bianca Belair, you got Nia, you got Jade Cargill, you got Charlotte, you have Alexa Bliss, you have, and then you have the lower
Actually,
card. You have Mi
I'm actually gonna
Chin,
pull up
you
the
have Mi Chin, you have fucking oh, and then you have fucking Naomi. Like SmackDown is loaded. That's like nine. That's like nine with female wrestlers I name right there that you can just fucking rotate.
yeah, I'm about to
The
looking up
issue
the
is
Raw roster right now.
the issue is that oh shit he's frozen.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah, my camera just like shit the bed. Mic's still working, so we're good.
The issue is that part of it is that EO won the titles like 2 weeks won the Raw title like 3 weeks before WrestleMania, and she hasn't really had a fucking feud.
Okay. So you want to hear the Raw division right now?
Shoot.
This is everyone that's technically considered under Raw. 3 are injured. It's Asuka, Bailey, Becky, Ivy Nile, Io, Kyrie, Kiana James, Liv Morgan, Lyra, Maxine Dupree, Natalia, Raquel, Rhea, Scarlett, and Zoe Starks.
The Raw side is like really lopsided compared to the SmackDown side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He'll be back. It's major lopsided, especially after last night.
Fuck yeah, that's terrible. Just looking at it. And then you go to the SmackDown side, you have Alba Fire, Alexa Bliss, BFAB, Bianca, Candice LeRae, Charlotte, Chelsea, Jade, Mia Yim, Naomi, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, Piper Niven,
No, go back. Go back.
Naomi.
Her name is Naomi.
I don't give. Oh, I'll say it like Wade Barrett.
You look like Wade Barrett.
Naomi. I guess I mean for Raw, I guess you can throw in Roxanne and Julia. They're not technically on Raw yet, but like they've been on Raw more than NXT since Mania. Um, you also technically still have Valhalla, who's not around. That's on supposed to be on Raw.
She's coming back.
Don't know how or what you do with her, but yeah, Raw division blows. Yeah,
It's I
Raw's
think
women's division is like the NXT men's division.
yeah.
Got a couple names, but other than that, it's not good. Not good indeed. Guess let's go through match by match. First match was the United States Championship match.
It was what we expected.
Match of the night.
Well, is this official for the prediction league? Are you calling the match of the night right now, live?
I honestly think it might have to be the match of the night, probably by default. Because Dom versus Penta was not long enough. It could have been a match you just put on Raw. The Becky Lyra match was good, but also dragged at times.
Yeah, it looked like towards the end they were like especially when Becky had her meltdown, like she was like freaking having a temper tantrum for like 5 minutes. Like they didn't know what to do next.
It was good, but it dragged. The Pat McAfee versus Gunther was a fun match. I don't think it wasn't like a great match, but it was fun. Very sports entertained from that one. And then the main event was oh no, too much on the main event one.
Just add
So
a
yeah,
fucking.
U.S. title match of the night.
Just add a fucking sixth match.
I don't even think it's the amount of matches. It's just I don't know because first match went about 18, second match went about 19, third went 9, fourth went 14, and then Cena Orton almost went a half hour.
I mean, who just times that shit?
Someone does. I got the times right here. This is according to Wikipedia, so take that with a grain of salt.
Wikipedia's got up the times already. Shit.
So take that shit with a grain of salt right there. It's, I don't know. I just can't believe that. I don't know. The five match shit worked in NXT when Triple H ran it. It doesn't work on the main roster. Now I'm happy it's not like what Vince used to do and put like 14 matches on a fucking minor card, and we're sitting here till like 11 o'clock at night
Mm-hmm.
for the shit to end. But like it can't be five matches.
Yeah, did that show last as long as Raw does? I think Raw had a longer show than Backlash tonight.
Yeah. Raw. The show was yeah, it was shorter than it was under 3 hours. So the shit ended probably around yeah, it was probably about 2.5 hours, maybe 240 at best. I don't know. I don't fucking know with this. But yep, Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight, Damian Priest, Andrew McIntyre. to retain the U.S. title at 17 minutes and 55 seconds. Probably the biggest takeaway from this match was the debut of Jeff Cobb, which we already got into. Next, Lyra Valkyria defeated Becky Lynch to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship at 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Our GOAT lost, Bobby.
She out wrestled Becky.
Yeah, like I said, Lyra, the biggest takeaway from tonight was Lyra.
And how could Becky be the GOAT when Charlotte is on SmackDown?
Oh, Bobby's reaching.
Charlotte's the GOAT.
Charlotte not even the best in her own family.
How? Charlotte, you're a hater.
Hey, Bobby, what did Ric Flair whisper to you when you took your picture with him?
He didn't wrestle nothing to me.
What do you think he was thinking when he saw you?
What a swell young man.
I don't think that's it. But yeah, Lyra was definitely the biggest takeaway from tonight. A quote unquote star making event match for her. Even though she got the everlasting piss beat out of her after the match. So that feud's probably continuing. I'll tell them
Do you feel Becky messed up? I felt like that pin wasn't supposed to, like she didn't kick out in time.
I think that was probably the plan. Because like what they both kicked out like what their finish was like fucking 8 times.
Yeah.
So you knew it was gonna be either a roll up or something screwy
Yeah,
at that point.
it looks like it was always the plan.
Yeah, because I don't think they're doing the post match beatdown if that wasn't the plan. Yeah. Lyra wins. That feud's continuing. I think it'll probably be on Saturday Night Main Event. The rematch.
You
And
think they're gonna have three
then
title matches on Saturday Night's main event?
yeah, stack it up. You gotta make Saturday Night Main Event important in some shape or form.
I mean, it's going to be important anyway.
Yeah. I think they'll stack it up. Memorial Day weekend. You'll have rumored Cena versus Truth. You'd have Uso versus Paul, Lynch versus Lyra too, and then you probably throw in something to do with Seth and Punk as the fourth match. Let's stack the card up. And then next, Dominic Mysterio defeated Penta to retain the Intercontinental Championship at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Thoughts on this match?
No different than any other match that Dom does. It's exactly what I expected them for Judgment Day to cost Penta the match, but I guess they're going to be transitioning over to feuding with Gable.
No.
Oh, sorry, El Americano.
I know Gable was not on tonight. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
The hell is wrong with you, dude? You're
I'm
not even
sorry.
you're not even
Is
paying
this your way?
attention.
I know. Like Jesus, we're now. Like, this is. I'm disgusted by you right now. El Grande Americano is one of the greatest luchadors of all time. It's not like he's Rey Mysterio. You get his name right. But yeah, I think this is how they take Penta out of the IC title picture right now. And obviously Monday begins the transition to Dom versus AJ next.
Okay. Our truth just interrupted John Cena.
I can't believe they're really building to that match. Like I get the whole thing where truth is John Cena's his hero and that's the running gag and shit. But there's nothing our truth has done in probably going on the last 10 years that gives you any confidence or any
He
intrigue of seeing him
okay. Hold
fight
on
for
a
the
minute.
WWE Championship.
Hold on a minute. What the hell? He just attitude adjustment Ron through the fucking through the fucking table at the press conference.
I mean, the press conference is over.
I don't know, but
Wild. Yep. So that looks like your Saturday night main event fucking final match.
I mean, it's only 2 weeks. What else are you going to build towards?
You could have seen it. I don't know.
Exactly.
I feel like no offense. I feel like this is a lost match, a waste match on Cena's final run. But
I
you know
think
what? He probably requested to work with Drew.
I think going to Boston for his last run is a waste. Why would anybody want to go to that
I think
shithole?
so too because I think
God
Cena's last
dang
match
it!
could
God dang
easily
it! Just
sell
stop!
out. Because I think Cena's final match could easily sell out a stadium,
I will stop it. God,
and
stop
you're
being
not
so
getting a stadium
analytical.
in December in
S-
Boston.
Stop being so analytical. I was joking, and you just turned it. It makes
You're
sense.
not getting one over on me.
He's from West Newbury, Massachusetts, so it makes sense. Where the fuck that is?
It's Western Mass. So like near like Springfield, near the Basketball Hall of Fame and shit, like around that area. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me fucking make sure before I sound like a fucking idiot here. So I'm about to fucking find out. It's like upstate or some shit. Oh yeah, it's new. Oh, it might be actually no, it might be Northern Mouse. Oh wait, no, that's Newberry. Looking for West Newberry. Yep, West Newberry is Northern Mass, so it's like near like New Hampshire and Maine. Yeah, it's not even close. So that shit's in like near Lowell. Hmm. I don't know why the fuck I thought it was in near Springfield.
Dude, what are you still arguing on Twitter?
No.
He's pausing it and then he's gonna be back, motherfuckers. But yeah. I guess it does make sense his last match being in Boston. I just hope the tickets are not like mania stupid.
I think what they're gonna
Or else
do.
I'm content on watching that shit at home.
I think what they're gonna do.
Yes.
I think that John is gonna go to December as champion.
And lose it to Cody in December.
Exactly. I think what's gonna happen is that the longer he wins, the more desperate it's gonna be for people to beat him. Like kind of counting down,
Mm-hmm.
kind of counting down, where he's like, "Hey, I'm walking out of here." Because
I can
John
see
Cena,
that.
and I'm gonna tell you how I think. I'm gonna tell you how much I think I know that. The reason that I think I know that is because John is a traditionalist. He's a traditionalist. He's all about doing things as tradition. And what does a normal guy in his last match do? He fucking loses.
What's your sting?
What?
I said unless you're Sting.
Listen, Sting had a reason. Okay,
That wasn't Sting's
It's not
fault.
even
That's
Sting's
Tony.
fault.
that was that. First off,
I
that was Darby. Darby did what he had to do.
I think that match gets overrated still, but that's just me.
You know what? You're overrated.
Probably.
You just hate. You just
I
hate
don't
talent.
hate.
You
I
do.
don't hate.
You hate talent.
No, I
You
don't.
hate. You hate Darby.
He has no talent.
Darby's a man of the future.
Pretty bleak future.
See if he gets off the top of the mountain first.
No,
Dude,
man, he's doing like backflips on the fucking mountain right now. Pretty sure he like just reached his like first like point.
he did at 20,000 feet. He fucking did a fucking. It was first time they did a. He did like a front kick or whatever.
Yeah, so he's been on that for like what, a month now.
Yeah, they reached the first summit.
Yeah. How many summits are there?
I don't know.
Sure, you fucking know. Yeah. So if you're saving are you doing Cody on one more time before that final match, or you just next time you're doing Cena Cody is that final match?
I'm not sure because it's fucking weird.
I feel like you do it on SummerSlam. Cody loses again.
No,
No,
No, I'm still believing they're doing some type of like celebrity gimmick match at SummerSlam involving Cena.
who would be on the other side? Bad Bunny. That's the only person it could be, right?
Him, or you can find someone Cody's friends with or something.
Get Arrow. His show just got canceled. He's got nothing to do.
Yeah,
Stephen
there
Mel.
you go.
that'd be.
Because I think you. They're obviously at some point going to tie Travis Scott into this again, and he's gonna wrestle at some point. I feel like SummerSlam's probably it.
I think that he's gonna face Roman at SummerSlam.
I think Roman's facing Rollins at SummerSlam. But I do think Roman should be one of the opponents in Cena's final run.
I think that Roman should actually be the man to beat Cena.
I don't even think Cody should be, if we're being honest.
You know what? Who do you think, Becky?
Well, I think it should be someone that's young and would tremendously benefit from it. I think argument for Braun Breaker.
No, he's a fucking heel.
You can figure out some shit by then.
No, you can't. They
You
just
have well
started
over
his
six
run.
months.
No, sir, no. They just
You
started
don't
his.
have to turn him, though.
They do. They're not going to do a heel versus heel. That makes no sense.
Cena can start to turn by that point.
They're not going to.
Well, here's a better question: does Cena get back to being a babyface by his last match? Because if that's the case, then
No,
how are you going to get Cody in there?
I don't
no.
think. So. I don't think so.
I think he
You,
turns back after the match, after his last match, but I don't think he is a babyface going into his final match.
yeah, and here's my thing. Here's the issue that I have with this whole thing about John Cena. The issue that I had, he don't look like he's having fun.
That's the whole point. He's trying to ruin pro wrestling.
Yeah,
His heel turn still kind of isn't justified because, like, he's getting mad at fans for booing him years ago, but yet they've been cheering him probably going on almost 10 years now.
Because the problem issue is that he's not a despicable heel.
he hasn't done anything really get heat.
Exactly. He needs
I
to do.
think
He needs to do something like the level of, and I know it failed, but the level of like Stone Cold Steve Austin attacking JR in his hometown, Evil. Because this John Cena, like, you can't tell us that you're not going to change your music and that you're not going to change
anything
anything, and we're going to believe like what. So now you're angry and you
out
want
of
us
nowhere.
like you're just angry now.
Yeah, I mean, we are what we had Rumble, Chamber, Mania tonight. So it's probably about what 4 months in, I think, to his final run. I don't think how you graded above a solid C so far, and that's being generous.
I mean,
Big issue with this heel turn. It probably something he really wanted, but just logic wise, it's probably 10 years too late.
it just didn't make no sense. It would have probably had more impact if Cody was heel.
Yeah. You know what? If Cody's his final opponent, that would be a perfect place to do a double turn.
All right, so let's say you turn Cody. Where
Because
do
if he's
you?
going, if that shit's in Boston, Cody's definitely gonna be booed out the fucking building that night.
But I'm saying, where do you go to WrestleMania with Cody as a heel
Punk,
against who? Punk.
Punk.
Roman Reigns.
I keep Roman away from the title. Still,
I keep your mama away from the title.
your mama wish she was the title.
Wow. Why
No, I
though?
feel for Cody because
Here's the thing. Cody
Cody
doesn't.
Punk is probably if you're taking out the Rock, that's probably Cody. Probably Cody's only like mini match really left that he hasn't done already. Because yeah, you could go back to Cena Cody 3, but like then what? Because Roman's already talking about calling it in like a year or two. I'd rather see Roman and Jacob Fatu or Roman versus fucking Breaker or Roman versus whoever at this point, rather than Roman going back for the title after he just had it for like 5 years.
The problem is why? Because everything that Roman has proven is true. These last two reigns have been well.
Cody's was good.
They keep getting worse.
I mean, Roman's reign was an all-time reign.
Exactly.
Like you're not going to get back-to-back all-time reigns. It normally doesn't happen. Like let's put it this way. What was a good fucking reign?
Roman
Uh,
Reigns.
no, that's that one. Uh,
Can't think of one. That was 4 years ago.
I know it's really been so fucking long. Um, hmm. I'm trying to think because I keep bringing up thinking of the Universal Championship, but that title usually it's always been either someone's for like 2 months and then Brock's for like 4 years.
Hmm. Can't think of one.
Daniel Bryan's Planet Championship reign, and then you went into Kofi's, and then it went worse and went into Brock's.
There hasn't been a good reign.
Uh,
Besides Roman, there hasn't been a good reign in a while.
I don't think there's been a good. I don't think there's been an all-time reign in a while besides Roman's.
Mm,
That might be
interesting.
across the board. Actually, no, that's a lie. Gunther's IC title reign was an all-timer.
We're not talking. We're talking about World Heavyweight
I
Championship.
know. Yeah, for all-time reigns, that before Roman's recent one, I don't know. Would you qualify the time Cena held the WWE Championship for like almost a year back in like '07, '08? Like you're right. I can't think of another all-time reign.
Hmm.
But if Roman gets the title back, what do you really do with it? What is there really to do with it as him as champion again? Like for real.
What do you mean? What he defends it every month?
He wasn't defending it every month when he had it
He
for
does
four
defend. He won't
years.
defend it every month.
That's your only gripe against him. That is the only fucking gripe that you have against him. Is
But you're
that he
saying
didn't?
that he's going to defend it every month. I'm just saying, what are you going to do with Roman as champion that hasn't been done already? That's all I'm
Last year had a
saying.
good reign.
Number one. Hold on a minute. Number one. You could have him. You could have him fight his face.
Yeah, we didn't get
You're
Roman
no.
as a
You're
face.
not. You're not gonna get him as. You're not gonna get an interference. That's
Yeah,
like that's
Roman can face other completely other side of opponents now because he wasn't able to do that during his 4-year reign.
Do I think that he's going to get a match? Possibly. Is he going to win? I don't think so. I think he's going to lose. If he gets a match against John Cena, I think that he's going to lose. I think that whoever faces John Cena
Until the end, it's probably gonna lose.
is probably going to lose until December.
Except for this tag match. If it is a rumored tag match, I think that is a possibility he doesn't win that one.
Possibly, but still, I mean that's a throwaway. I personally hate when you have matches on pay-per-view and the title's not on the line. And it's somebody it's a bad guy
Oh,
that you absolutely despise that you want
like
him
no
to.
one, but no one despises Cena though.
Did you not hear the people tonight? And did you not see the fucking beer bottle that was thrown at him?
I mean, yeah, but like, do they truly hate him?
No, because he's not. He's that's what I'm saying. He's not uber heel.
Exactly. That's
He's
what
not a.
I'm trying
He's
to
not.
get to.
He's not a fucking uber heel. The best heel that they got right now is Gunther.
Yeah,
Gunther is the fucking best heel that WWE has right now.
it's Gunther and Charlotte, but Charlotte doesn't embrace being a heel.
Charlotte, I don't know, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she's lost something.
Charlotte's more like go away heat.
No, but here's the thing. Charlotte,
Y-
hold
Yeah,
on a
something's
minute.
completely different.
Something she's lost like her confidence because Charlotte doesn't stumble over no fucking promos. Like last night, even the people that was booing her, I don't know if that was by design. Now I know that her walking out was by design, but I don't know if like her stumbling over her because she did it again last night. They were booing the shit out of her and she stumbled over it again last night.
But I think that's intent. That was intentional.
I don't
I think
think
that's where her character's going to now.
But
I don't think it was the injury though. That's the thing.
like
And I
it's
don't
her
think it was the divorce either.
like you but you could just like I know that it's a fucking but you could just tell something's different.
Yeah,
Like
since her return, this has probably been the worst Charlotte's ever looked.
yeah, like you
Probably
could
going
tell.
back to when she like just started in NXT.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's looking like Bailey just starting on the main roster bad right now. Um, so I'm trying to think here. Lashley had an okay reign. It's okay. He had two. He had the who did he lose the WWE title to the first time? Was it
Big
Brock?
Biggie.
Oh yeah, Big E.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Big E, the Money in the Bank cash in.
Yeah.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that I don't know like I don't to be a legitimate contender, low key. I think that you have to have a consistent. I don't know, because part of the
You got to be
issue,
believable.
part of the reason that I think that the people are not believing these reigns is because of the fact that you're staggering these fucking title matches. With the exception of Roman Reigns, Gunther held the title from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, and you're telling me that he only had like six title defenses? Like,
Almost more Raw. One of the things that will benefit them big time is if they just because the five matches would be fine if they weren't co-branded pay-per-views.
no, that's not fine. That's not fine. If you are the world champion, like what the if
No,
you
no, but like if it was say Backlash Raw exclusive PLE here, you're having Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the title. You're
well
having
the
Becky versus Lyra Still. You're still having Penta versus
well then
Dom.
yeah,
You're
then I could
probably throwing in the tag title match in there, the
yeah, I
women's title match.
then I
Like
could
they'll give importance to them.
then I could understand the five matches, but the reason that they're not doing that is because of the fact that the first time that they did this shit, it was a low buy rate. That's why they stopped that shit in the first place, because the raw PLEs, the which I can't remember which one it was, but the it was a low buy
Three balls
rate.
of fire.
No, no, I'm talking about like when they originally did it. It was a low buy rate when they did the PLEs.
But buy rates don't matter anymore with the PLEs.
It does matter. They're not. It does matter. You're not worried about the buy rates, but you still want people to tune in and watch the show.
Right, but I'm just saying they're not going to be looking at buy rates. People are going to be watching the shows
But
each.
nobody's going to tune in. Nobody's going to tune in if you have if you have six matches. Like that was all I'm saying is I'm not saying that you're wrong. The only thing that I'm saying is that back to Brandon's point, that was the reason that they stopped them in the first place because Raw used to be loaded. Raw had all the stars, but then they would have the SmackDown PLEs and nobody would watch that shit. That's why they stopped it and they did the
Even though they're
co-branded to
fucking
begin
better.
with.
Because like
But in
look back
this,
at the brand split in 16 when they did do the splits. You had AJ Styles' first reign, the heel reign, looked great. You had on the other side, you had Kevin Owens as champion, looked great. If you did that now, good chance Kevin Owens is probably not on pay-per-view cards, and you don't get like Jericho and him doing their shit on pay-per-views and stuff.
that's
You don't get the rise of the New Day and the Usos because that was a major part of the brand split.
that's because
Was those two teams rising through the tag division on SmackDown?
that's because Triple H has five matches of fucking pay per view.
It needs to change.
That I'm literally telling you that is that I think that
He's
this like I understand that you don't want to load the fucking card. I personally think you should go back to seven. You should go back to seven matches. They used to be have between six and seven matches every pay per view, but now you start a rivalry. You start a rivalry. They fucking skip that month and they take that rivalry to the next month. Like it's confusing. It's like what the fuck? Because
that's
I
why I'm saying
legit because and
they
this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I legit fucking thought that Logan Paul versus Jay Uso up until last week. I legit thought that shit was on the pay per view, and then they said, "Oh well, it's not on the pay per view." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, Jay's first title defense not being on a PLE is wild.
I don't have no problem with that.
And
That
especially, but it's going to be on Saturday Night Main Event, but it's likely
But
not
his
going to
first
main
title
event Saturday
defense
Night Main
was
Event.
Monday.
his
His
first
first title
title
defense
defense
was
was
Monday.
Monday.
I mean, fuck it. I'm talking, okay. That's why I did that.
I don't have no problem with
Yeah,
that.
but like, if they were playing it for Backlash, they probably don't do the title defense Monday, though. They had to do something
Well, I didn't
this
fucking
week.
know that. I didn't fucking know that. I legit
Oh, I
thought
didn't
that.
know either. I thought Logan Paul, Jey Uso was going to be on the guard up
I,
until Monday.
I guess I wasn't even counting because I thought that was one of the five matches.
I thought it was going to be the fifth match. I didn't think they're going to do Dom versus Penta on Backlash. And that was probably the match you. That's probably the one match on the card you could probably done without on Backlash tonight.
Like I'm not, and I know that they had Cena. I know that they had Orton. I know that they had Becky. I know that they had who else? I know that they had
McAfee.
McIntyre, Gunther, Priest, but this card just didn't feel star studded. It was just like, okay,
It felt like the first Saturday Night Main Event card from the
exactly,
revival.
exactly.
Like
I just it just didn't feel
they need
like
to they need to do better than 5. You can still somewhat stack up Saturday Night Main Events and do a title match there, still world title match there, like do a quick build or whatever, do or the rematch. But every PLE, I think both world titles should be on the line.
that's what I'm saying, and it's so fucking weird because I'm like, dude, how the fuck are you friends with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels books a better show than you fucking do? Because they do the NXT almost does the same shit, 5 or 6 matches, but you know what? He doesn't fucking mix storylines. You're not fucking confused what's going on with the storylines.
It's wild. I think it's weird because Triple H does too little matches. Tony Khan does too fucking much. And then Sean does probably like what 5 to 7 for
Mm-hmm.
NXT. Like just somehow he just hits the right point, regardless if the matches are good or not. Because it's NXT, I kind of give him a pass because most of it's developmental. But Sean hits the sweet spot when it comes to the amount of
But
matches.
if you look at what NXT does, NXT puts out a better fucking wrestling show than the main roster.
I don't get how this is the same dude that's booking the main roster right now that was booking NXT Black and Gold,
That's what I'm
where
saying.
literally they were outperforming the main roster, the indies. It was pretty much at one point it was them and New Japan head to head for best in ring action.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this: Triple H's saving grace is the fact that Tony Khan does not
And
is an
get his shit
absolute
together.
can't get his shit together. Because I'm gonna tell you something: if AEW was running coherent storylines, them 10 to 11 matches that they do a night, if they weren't so fucking random, nobody would complain about them 10 or 11 matches. If their storylines were fucking cohesive, nobody would be complaining about them 10 11 matches on them pay per view cards.
I mean, those matches are great, but like most of them, like you don't need. That's the one thing AEW has never had an issue with is match quality. Their match quality has always been great.
That's what I'm.
They're not consistent storytelling wise, and some of the matches on their pay per view cards you don't fucking need on there.
That's what I'm saying. That if their matches had a cohesive storyline, I agree. That's 100%. If their matches had a cohesive storyline,
It's like you got WWE has too little, AEW has too much on their pay per views.
And then Sean's always either right on the spot or like maybe like just one short maybe, but it doesn't feel like a fucking chore watching it. You don't feel like it's dragging.
Right.
exactly.
Because
Like
was it Stand Deliver? Stand Deliver was a fun watch.
it was a good
And that
watch.
was
WrestleMania
six
Night One,
altogether, right? There was six
yeah,
altogether with the
WrestleMania Night
pre-show.
One had 7 matches, and that was a fucking chore. It had nothing to do with the amount of matches they had. It was because the fucking quality was terrible.
It's
Aside from like the main event,
it's because it felt like they put those matches together last minutes. Half the fucking card was announced. Half the fucking
yeah,
card was announced 2 weeks before WrestleMania was even due.
yeah.
So if
Like
I'm
El Grande
if
Americano versus Ray Phoenix was literally made the night of day of because
exactly,
of Ray's injury, which that match was made like 5 days before.
like if I would have went to that WrestleMania, I probably would have been excited. Like the nostalgia would have hit me. I would have been like, damn, I really went to my first WrestleMania. I would have been psyched for that. But then like coming down, I would have been like, but that card, like you announced that card 2 weeks before WrestleMania. If I'm going to WrestleMania, I at least want to know what the fuck I'm paying $10,000 for this to what fucking matches I'm seeing.
Yeah, but to be fair, don't most people buy WrestleMania tickets before they even have a clue of any match for WrestleMania?
but what I'm saying is that you're doing it. It's still a disservice. Like, yeah, I get that the tickets go out in October or November. I get that, but what I'm saying is that you're kind of doing like a fu to the people when you book eight or nine matches. 'Cause this is my whole thing. Maybe it's just me. Tell me if I'm fucking wrong. Triple H's storytelling is confusing because he'll have one fucking story over here, but then like he'll have like tonight where the fucking Judgment Day interfere, and then Americano Grandiano or whatever comes in and fucking hits in the same fucking match at a completely different storyline, hits him in the fucking head with his mask with the plate in it, and fucking Dom loses. Then you'll have a fucking match. You'll have what he'll do on Monday. Jay will have a fucking will literally come to the ring for Logan Paul. And he says, "Oh, Logan Paul is in the building. You expect Logan Paul to come out? It's fucking Paul Heyman saying Seth Rollins wants a fucking title match." And then you have it to where Logan Paul doesn't even appear on the fucking card. Is after the fucking show where he knocks out Jay Uso. That's fucking his storytelling. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is his storytelling is so fucking confusing because he intertwines so much shit. It's like he tries to intertwine so much shit into the storytelling, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Because your shit is all over the place. Like it's confusing me. Like I shouldn't have to watch a fucking I shouldn't have to watch a fucking Raw and think about what the fuck is going on. Like
Well,
I
his honeymoon period's over.
like dude, I get that. Oh, well, look in the background. It's so and so walking in the background. Maybe once or twice, but dude, you do that shit so much. It's like, dude, okay, we get it. It's
Like
also oh, go ahead.
I'll give him a pass for Mania because I feel like The Rock fucked that up
Wait,
on him.
but only for the main event. Everything else was still him. That had nothing
Main
to do with The
event.
Rock.
But that was kind of the big thing. If that build hit, I think we all tolerate the Mania card heading in. Because let's be honest, for the most part, last year's Mania, the only build that like truly hit was Cody Roman. And we all think that was an amazing build up to Mania and stuff. But the
But
only thing that truly hit was Roman and Cody. I mean, I guess you could throw Rollins in there, but the World Heavyweight title match was mainly had more to do with Punk and Drew than it did Rollins.
that's the thing though. That's the thing though. You need that fucking main event.
No.
You need that shit to fucking hit.
If the marquee hits, I think everything else is forgiven because more people are hyped for that specific main event, like that match. This
Exactly.
year, we didn't have that.
Exactly. For instance, WrestleMania 17. You weren't fucking or you may have been too young. What was everybody talking about at WrestleMania 17? Dude, there was fucking people at school, fucking teachers talking about Austin versus Rock. That shit was like Holyfield Tyson. That dude, the fucking card didn't fucking matter. And keep in mind that Triple H and Undertaker didn't have a fucking wrestle that Vince completely forgot about Triple H and Taker and fucking just threw them together like 3 weeks before WrestleMania was supposed to happen. But that was the thing, dude. When you think about it, if you have a marquee match, if you have a fucking marquee match, people will forgive a shitty undercard more because WrestleMania because people call WrestleMania 17 the greatest WrestleMania of all time. But look what was on that card. The fucking gimmick battle royal, which was fucking horrible. And then you had China versus Ivory, but nobody talks about this shit. Nobody talks about that shit because of the fucking marquee match of oh, it's Rock versus Austin and how big it was. That's what's missing today. That's why so I get what you're saying. That's why last year hit.
Like, I'll give him the pass for Mania, but like, this isn't hasn't been something new at least for the last few months with him. It hasn't been good. It's been kind of inconsistent. His booking's kind of backwards a little bit. And then another thing I'll kind of except for is now post Mania. This is honestly his first time that he's truly booking the shows, and he doesn't have to do anything revolving around the bloodline because that shit's over. When he came in, he had the bloodline stuff already happening. Now it's over. He doesn't have that crutch anymore.
But you don't
So
need that.
let's see what he does.
But you don't need that.
But
You
he
don't.
had that. He had that crutch.
But he didn't. Okay. But he doesn't need a crutch because truthfully, to be completely honest with you, people are going to look back that build to Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. That was one of the best triple threat builds in a while. That whole that whole thing where Seth said, "Oh, now Paul, you owe me a favor," and that slow turn of Seth Rollins, that shit hit. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena hit until The Rock just magically could not make WrestleMania, and then the fucking ending made no sense because he just ended it with a fucking low blow and he fucking hit him in the face with the belt. There was no climax. There was
Mhm.
no there was no
Yeah.
climax. There was no It was weird how it ended.
Like I said, he 100% gets a pass for WrestleMania because The Rock fucked it up on him.
Like I think that if they switched the main event of night 1 and night 2, people would be shitting on WrestleMania Saturday saying, "What the fuck? Two different people completely booked WrestleMania Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday because WrestleMania Saturday sucked, but WrestleMania Sunday, holy shit, that card from top to bottom hit."
WrestleMania 2 was a great card, but it gets shitted on because of how bad the main event was.
That's why I literally just said that if they switched the main event of night 1 and night 2,
So with that, I don't give him a pass for Backlash
but
because
Backlash,
I don't think Chamber was that good.
uh,
The ending was great, but I'm talking about just in general.
the issue is that Triple H is consistent. And what I mean by that is that I don't go into the show with any expectations, but nothing blows my mind. All it's an even kill
There's
all
nothing
the
that
way
surprises
through.
you.
There's nothing that surprises you. It's a good show. Like you always go. So I put it like this: if I was watching this show, I'm expecting that show to be a 3 out of 10. It's like you're expecting the show to be a 3 out of 10, but it's a 6 out of 10 because it's above average, but it's not. It's not fucking great. Nothing just blows you away.
He's like it's like a good role player. Like he's not a superstar, he's not an all-star, but he's a solid quality role player. And that's
Hmm.
what his booking is. It's like a role player.
Hmm.
But I will give him credit, not saying because I just said that he doesn't do surprises. He did do two recently, but three with the Rollins turn, which we all probably should have saw coming. I think we all did.
I
The
did see
Cena
that.
turn,
I did see that
and
shit coming.
then Jay winning the Rumble. So I'll give him credit. He does do surprises, but like
He doesn't do a lot of them.
9 times out of 10, you know what you're getting when you walk in.
Mhm.
Exactly. And the people that probably should have a fucking chance, you're not even giving them a fucking chance.
I get
Be-
cut.
Because what the fuck are you doing with carrying cross? Because carrying cross he should do
I think, I think he should win Money in the Bank.
Well, they said that he's getting a slow build, and it's be more about his character than it is going to be about
that's
in
fucking
ring.
that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that his slow build with his character and stuff, we're doing it on the commercial breaks of Raw. So only people internationally can see his fucking promos.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. And then what the fuck are you doing with the Wyatt Six?
Oh, they're hurt.
They're back. They're fine.
No, I mean, well, Bo is apparently hurt. That's the
Still,
issue.
Well,
I
that's
don't
why
know
they
what the fuck
disappeared, but
happened.
I think he's cleared. I think that's what's they're
I
going
think
to
they're
be
just
starting
waiting
to
to
come back
figure
now
out
that
something
Alexa
to
is
put
back.
him in.
All I'm saying is SmackDown, if anything, here's the thing. SmackDown should be the 3 hour show. Raw should be the 2 hour show. Because how SmackDown has been booked lately, that shit has been kit bussing.
Oh, it's about to be 2 hours in like 2 weeks, about a
Because
few weeks.
because every ounce of SmackDown is fucking interesting. From from Alexa last night saying, "Hey, we should talk." Alexa talking to Charlotte. From you don't know what the fuck is happening between Naomi, Jade, Nia, and fucking Tiffany for the title. They're slowly turning Jacob. Alistair Black is back, so they got to build him back up.
Black has been fucking killing it. Off topic here. There's a legit difference in how he's going in the ring right now compared to when he was in AEW.
Yeah, that was exactly.
Major difference.
I mean, it's exactly. I mean, listen, Alistair. I mean, dude.
He got a decent match out of the Miz.
You got a better match against out of Carmelo.
I wish they do more with Carmelo.
I think they
I know
are. I
they're
think
planning
it's
on. I think they're planning on turning him once this Miz partnership's over.
that's what
Well,
this is. This is going to be building him up. He may not be getting wins right now, but it's going to build him up and get him over, and that's what they're trying to do now.
but that it just seems like they're doing that with everybody. They're losing to build them up.
But like they're gonna lose that once they drop the extra hour because they're planning on doing that apparently starting next month.
Yeah.
It just should be.
And then Triple H doesn't want Raw over 2.5 apparently. So
Raw is fine. I don't have a problem with the 2.5 hours. I just have a problem with I just have a problem that you have 2.5 hours and the shit still drags. And that shit still
yeah,
drags. Because you still
it's
have
weird because they put shit on the commercial ones, like the promos, like, oh, I'm interested. Like they're build example. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller. They have been building towards Austin Theory snapping and ending his partnership with Grayson Waller. You probably wouldn't even know that's being built unless you have a VPN or you're from outside the United States, because that's how they've been building it through there. Ludwig Kaiser has been cutting pretty decent promos and stuff. You wouldn't fucking know unless you lived outside the United States. Carrying Cross a slow build. You wouldn't notice really anything except for like his 2 second staring down whoever walks past him unless you live outside the United States. But then we're stuck getting like Ivy Nile matches on Monday Night Raw. And that's not against Ivy Nile, but like we don't need it.
listen. I don't the listen. My thing is this. Like I said again, the booking confuses me. They're supposed to be killers, but they lose like most of their matches. Ivy Nile, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. Ivy Nile is in the same category as Zoe Stark because I'm like, dude, you are not
And we
interesting.
haven't seen Zoe Stark in like a minute. I don't think
They
we've seen Zoe Stark since that SmackDown Tag Team Memorial where Bailey and Lyra teamed up for the first time and wiped out the whole fucking division.
Although I will say what I hope is what they are planning with Becky. I hope that shit is true. I hope that they are bringing Lash Legend in as her fucking bodyguard.
I think they should
I
bring
didn't
someone up with Becky, have Becky elevate him. This
hear
They're
whole
that.
they're
Becky should be just
literally
Becky elevating motherfuckers.
she's literally. Did you not, dude? What the fuck, Boomer? What the fuck, Booger McFarlane? Because like, what are you saying? Shit that I just literally just said.
No, I just agreed with you.
But You know,
You
you
said you hope they bring up Lash Legend. I said I hope
Lash
so
Legend.
too.
I heard the rumor that Lash Legend is going to be with Becky Lynch, and then here you come 5 seconds later. You know what they should do? They should just like put her with a young wrestler. The, the fucking. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
what
put
the
her with
fuck, but
someone,
dude,
anyone.
they're dude. Oh my
The whole
god,
point
you're
of this
so
Becky run
annoying.
right now
I
should
see why
be.
Duffy left.
No, he left. He left you too.
He didn't fucking leave me. Okay.
He left. He left us. Man's making millions on the indies right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is that Becky's doing her job because Becky made Lyra fucking interesting. But that fucking interview, Becky made Lyra interesting. It's kind of interesting to see what the fuck they're gonna do with Charlotte because at the end of the day, you know what I think. You know what I think is gonna happen with Charlotte. I think that Charlotte is gonna be in the same category as Roman Reigns. And what I mean by that is that I think that whatever transformation that she is going through, I think that the long run is for her to get the title back. But I think that I believe that WWE is smart enough that they can fuck it, that they know how to fucking turn it to where fans start to cheer her. And I legit think that that's where they're going. I think that they changed course. I think that they're doing a slow build towards her being
Here's the
accepted.
thing with that. I don't think anyone wants to see her with the title. So if you put her with the title, that will probably undo all that right away.
Not if you do it right.
That's a scary part. Do you trust them to do it right though?
Yes,
What are they going to be
because
doing? Sorry.
because because you don't give her you don't become a 15-time champion if you're not doing it right. Yeah, you give the shit happened
I
with
mean, I mean, she was a 15-time champion. Right now, most like literally like 12 of them were hot potato reigns.
okay, it's cool, but still you put it in your ace's hand. You say, "Hey, go out there and fucking deliver." Same shit that they did with Becky. If the shit is true where
Okay.
where Becky audible and where Becky said, okay, well, I don't want Bailey to be in a match. I want to be in a match. They trusted Bailey. Or they trusted Becky and they said, okay, run with the ball.
Here's my thing with that one with Charlotte. I don't think she has the confidence right now, nor the ability to have the ball right now.
That's what I'm fucking saying. That is how you build her. That is how you build her to fans cheering her. Think about this. How did they get MVP over all in '06? All those years ago, MVP went
Had
on a
them
fuck
lose.
exactly. MVP went on a fucking losing streak,
That shit was fucking hilarious.
and
Man
fans
lost like 20 straight
20
matches,
straight
lost
matches.
his sinus bonus.
Yes, and fans got behind him because they legit wanted to see him win. If Charlotte loses her confidence, because the only issue with Charlotte is Charlotte does not appear. Charlotte, even as a fucking face, is arrogant as fuck. That's the issue. If you make her more human, anybody can sympathize with that. I don't care who you are.
I think she needs somewhat of a character change.
That's what
That's the
the
thing.
fuck I just. Oh
No,
my
you just told
god,
Luke.
I legit just
She needs
fucking. Bro, what the
put it
what the
this way,
fuck,
buddy.
dude? I'm done.
Put it
Brandon,
explain it
BT, do you
correctly.
see this? Randall, do you see this, bro? Do you fucking see? I'm done. I'm fucking done. Oh my
I'll
god.
be saying like a bunch of shit. I'm like, yeah, cool. Just give her a character switch. Come on,
You can't just say I
cut it
fucking
short.
agree.
Cut it short.
He's got to hear his own voice. That's what it is.
I
Apparently, you can't hear me.
We can fucking hear
But
you.
Today, yeah. The other day, I
but
could barely hear you.
Brando gonna hear those knocks on the door soon.
Oh, God. He's so.
Oh, yeah, he's getting angry again. Whole demeanor changed.
I talk about stuff that I'm passionate about. So if I fucking overtalk y'all, y'all can cut
But
me off because I'm not afraid to talk.
let's put it in the vacuum here. Becky got a character change
No, she
completely from
didn't.
when she debuted on the main roster. Helped her out tremendously. She got over, did great. Bailey got a legit character change. She got re-over, reinvented herself. It was great. The other two haven't. Now, one's obviously not in WWE anymore, but those two haven't. No, those are two mostly everyone's the lowest on right now. So
Well, I don't know because Mercedes is growing on me.
she's the same character she was in NXT.
She's the CEO.
Emu boss.
But you know what? But you know what the issue is with Sasha? She's had so many fucking sabbaticals that it's like you don't have a chance to get tired of it.
I mean, she just dropped one of her titles, so she finally has a loss.
That shit was funny. She fucking and and the girl the girl had to get her fucking shoulders down before did you see that awkward pin?
I
Yeah.
thought she pinned Mina. Did she pin Mercedes?
No,
Yeah,
Mercedes would never take the pin. Come on.
I thought it was Mercedes or somebody. It looked
No.
like
No, I thought they pinned Mina.
Yeah, she pinned Mina.
listen, they just had her lose the title because she's about to get the women's title. That's why.
That or New Japan just wanted their shit back because I don't know.
Brandon, you haven't said shit, Randall Brando.
I've
Sitting here
tried.
on Twitter.
I'm sitting here waiting. I've tried to get a word in.
Listen, you gotta be like a shark. You gotta call your shot. You can't be no
Uh,
wuss.
treat Bobby like one of those Twitter trolls.
All I know, I'm just curious, where do you think the Charlotte and Alexa Bliss thing is going to go to?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking fortune teller.
Well, you're here dropping bars about what's going to happen, so I'm asking. Trying to move the conversation.
I don't know.
It's fucking hilarious. I just watched the video of Cena, AA, and Archer through their table randomly.
I don't know. I've already told you what I think is gonna happen. I think that I don't know how it's gonna do it, but I think that fucking Alexa's gonna talk to her or something's gonna happen. I don't know. They may team up. Alexa may talk some sense to her, say you know you need to show more your I don't know.
Do you think it's going to have any connection to the Wyatts? Or you
I
think
do
they change it to move Alexa away from that?
since since it's I no, I think that I think I legit thinks it's gonna have something to do with the Wyatts.
You will find out when the post goes up.
You will find out when he puts the post up.
Yep.
Yep,
Sorry, I already know what the advantage is going to be.
I do too.
Really, what?
I ain't gonna tell you. Look
Okay.
at Brandon. What is wrong? Okay,
Next match on the card: Gunther
Brando.
versus
Yes.
Pat McAfee.
What is wrong? They still have
He
commissary.
looks depressed.
But like for real, they still have commissary in jail. Don't
He
even
looks
worry
like
I'm
about
not
it.
He looks like
going up
bum ass Baron Corbin right now.
anymore.
He looks like a homeless Baron Corbin.
You guys are fucking killing me today.
ah, you
We are
said
killing. We're fucking hilarious.
he said he looks like a homeless Baron Corbin. That is fucked up. That is fucked up.
Next match: Gunther versus Pat
Uh,
McAfee.
he low key has the Wolverine like the Wolverine beard going on, like this, like this man. Did somebody kidnap you and put an adamantium skeleton in you and
I
shit?
wish. I wish that was true.
he's like he's like he's
I
like
wish that was true.
well, he's,
Shit.
Or he
he's
looks like
got
he makes mozzarella sticks at his local pizza joint in town.
oh shit. I'm walking in here.
Bunch of haters.
We're gonna end
I
the show.
thought the match. I thought the match with Pat and Gunther was much better than expected. It went the way it was supposed to go. Maybe Pat got a little too much in, but I didn't think you needed Cole to get involved.
I think he did. You gotta wrap up that loose end.
I'm gonna save mine for last just because I talk too much.
Right, you just don't want me like agreeing with you in like shorter terms.
Mm-mm.
Like, what was the point also of Gunther giving, or after everything, giving Pat like credit and giving him
To
props?
to end
Respect.
the to end the
Respect.
storyline to end the
Yep.
storyline and to have him move on.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but and well, how are we gonna get to Goldberg?
How the fuck do I know? I don't fucking book the
Just gotta
show.
wait and just gotta wait. Rumor is it's gonna be in July, not at SummerSlam.
Oh, really? They're not even gonna.
They're
What's in
pretty
July?
sure they're doing Saturday main event supposedly in Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I did see that today.
Honestly, I'd rather it's Saturday, or that could be the start of the build. It's one of those two. But I think it makes more sense for that to be where his last match is than New Jersey, where he has like no fucking connection to.
And that's gonna be the same weekend as All In, right?
Same day.
Same day. Oh, that's right. They moved All In to 3 o'clock in the afternoon
Yep.
to avoid Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night's main event, I should say. Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I don't listen.
It's gonna be a long ass day.
I think that he got the right amount of offense in. I actually personally enjoyed that match the most on the card. I don't mind Pat getting his offense in because and even when messed up, that's okay because Pat is not a wrestler. Pat is an announcer.
Mm-hmm.
With the sleeper hold, I mean Gunther did what he said he was going to do. I think that it was a solid good win.
Like I said
Yeah.
before, I got really scared though for a minute that I thought they were gonna have Gunther lose that match.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. Why would you get scared
He's
if
petrified.
hold on a minute? But let's think about this. Why would you get scared if Gunther lost the match?
He lost at Mania. He loses to an announcer with another announcer holding his leg down. That doesn't look good.
Screwy
Is
finish.
not a good look for Gunther.
Are you a Gunther fan?
I
But
am.
the person holding his leg down is the a new Undertaker, undefeated at WrestleMania, 1-0, Michael Cole.
I'm gonna say something off camera. I'm gonna say because I have a theory why you're a Gunther fan.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say you and Patrick have more in common than you think.
I don't need this. I don't deserve this abuse. I don't deserve this.
Oh, lighten up. Hell,
I don't deserve this abuse.
you're not getting no abuse. I can't believe you're a Gunther fan. You're a
I like
fucking
Gunther, but I wouldn't defend him like that. I think
like
honestly,
damn.
Gunther losing tonight probably would have been good for his character. He would have fucking crashed out.
And if he
I'm
lost, what would it do? Pat's not gonna have another match. He's not gonna get Gunther's not gonna get his heat back.
dude.
Kill Pat McAfee pretty much.
What are you talking about, dude? With somebody like Gunther, Gunther is fucking dude. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go because I'm not. I don't want to hear no excuses when I don't want to cut. Go ahead, and y'all, because go ahead. Because I have an answer to your question. Remember that question because I have an answer to your question.
About how he would get his heat back if
Yeah,
Pat
I,
won.
I sure do. I got a I got a serious answer.
I just felt that if Gunther had lost this match, it would have really done more damage to Gunther's character. I don't think it would help Gunther's character. But please, I want to hear what you. I want to hear your response.
Gunther is a killer. Gunther is a killer. Two losses is not going to do shit to him. Gunther legit looks like a fucking killer. Gunther is legit is like if this was just if we're just going by kayfabe, Gunther is not the fucking person that you want to fucking be in the ring with. You legit fear for Pat when he said that the only the mercy of God can remove his arm from your throat. So if Gunther loses the Pat, let's just say for instance Gunther miraculously lost in a fluke, lost to Pat McAfee. What do you do? The next night you have him come out, whoop the shit out of Pat McAfee, choke his ass out.
Write him
Because
off.
what exactly? Because what McAfee said is true. You don't see this side of Gunther. That's some more because if anybody can pull it off, it's Gunther because it's all about facial expressions. It's all about your believability as a fucking killer, as a wrestler, and it's all about the fucking your fucking believability, believability as a character. And Gunther has that believability. So now if he was to lose like 3 or 4 matches in a row, then yeah, I could possibly see it. But also keep in mind, I think it did more damage to him that he's lost 2 WrestleMania matches back to back than him losing 2 matches in a fucking row because he wins so much. Those 2 losses, even to that's how good he is. Even to Pat McAfee, if he was the loss, he would still be believable as a killer. It wouldn't hurt him. What I personally think, and then I'm gonna shut up. I personally think that him losing 2 WrestleMania matches back to back at WrestleMania 40 and 41, that's killed him more because you're telling me that oh, so this dude is a killer all year, but then gets to WrestleMania and then he fucking loses.
Yeah, he chokes at WrestleMania. That doesn't help him at all either.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make it believable to me.
I agree with you on that.
That doesn't fucking make it believable. This dude doesn't get rattled. He fucking comes down. He doesn't look like he's a fucking wrestler's wrestler, dude. The dude was in front of 40,000 people. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't look around. He doesn't fucking like take in the crowd. He goes about his business. He looks like a legit killer that does not give a fuck what anybody thinks. He looks like a legit killer. But then you have him lose to Sami Zayn. Then you okay, once maybe enough. Then you have him lose again to Jay Uso. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That
Yeah.
and I because I've had time to reflect on it. That tap out of Gunther tapping out to Jay Uso. Jay Uso did nothing in that match to make me believe that he was more vicious to Gunther.
And why it took 3 seconds for Gunther to tap out. Why
Exactly.
he had no fight to like fight off a sleeper hold.
Exactly. If anything, I would have maybe not maybe tap out. No, I would have fucking made him choke. I probably would have had Gunther pass out.
I would have
I
Gunther pass out.
I would have Gunther pass out
I would have Gunther pass out.
because I had something. Shut the fuck up, dude. I swear to because I have another theory. I had something else that nobody even thought about on Raw, but but I don't want to interrupt anybody. So because this has to do with about Seth Rollins and Jey Uso.
So let's get to the final match and then we can shoot the breeze. John Cena versus Randy Orton. John Cena defeated Randy Orton in 27 minutes 50 seconds to retain the WWE Championship.
I
That
can't
was
believe they went a half hour.
that you knew that they were going to give them a half hour.
Match was better than the Mania main event, that's for sure.
I ain't saying much.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't the Cena like I've never called me the minority out of all of this, but I've never been a fan of Randy Orton versus John Cena. I
You've
think
never
I've
considered Orton.
I've
Never
enjoyed.
considered Orton his biggest rival.
I did. I maybe won him or Edge,
I have
but
Edge.
I the only match that I've really enjoyed of theirs is when they were fucking when they just had turned Randy and he was the white hot baby face and Cena AA'd him. Cena tried to AA him into the table, but Randy fucking countered it into the RKO into the table. And everybody was fucking confused because they thought that Randy went through the table, but the announcers had to explain that because Randy had momentum and an RKO Cena into the table, Randy won.
which was similar to they did that spot tonight just without the table.
Exactly. Of
Not their I Quit match was probably the best match.
course you did.
Yeah,
HLA.
what was that breaking point?
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. Like I said, I enjoyed one of their matches.
Yeah, I don't even think Orton's his best rival. He just faced Orton a shit ton of times because there was no one else for top heels that could contend with Cena.
Yeah. It kind of sucks because you said you had because we could have had Edge versus Cena one more time, but y'all had nothing for him, and now he went to AEW and he's cope.
Oh no, they had something for him. Edge just didn't want it.
He
They
wanted to
wanted to
wrestle
use
more than they were
Edge.
giving him.
Yep. Like
He didn't want to be part time.
when people get honest about why Edge left and joined AEW, it wasn't to retire with Christian.
Well, no, I mean that's true because I don't believe that bullshit. I was never a WWE lifer, dude. Bullshit.
It's horseshit.
Bull fucking shit.
If that was the case, he wouldn't have re-upped when he got cleared.
Hmm.
Because I think he got offered an AEW double deal before that, right? And
Hmm.
then he
He
Yep.
said no, he was going to stay.
yeah.
Yep.
He got offered an AEW deal. Vince said, "Hold on a minute before you sign it." They had their doctors run tests. He signed with Vince and WWE.
Yep. And then they were gonna do Edge was somewhat gonna be full time when Judgment Day started. Then they changed the direction of that and wrote him off. And then Triple H didn't want him to be relatively full time. And I think he was kind of proven right on that one.
Who
So
was
yeah,
proven right? Hunter?
Triple H. Especially if
Yeah,
Edge
but
is
I
gonna do
think it also
stupid
has to do
shit
with
like
booking too.
But you know what? Triple H has never liked Edge though, and I don't know why.
yeah, we could have had Cena versus Edge, but Edge wanted to wrestle more.
Because he was supposed to be world heavyweight champion back in like '04, but Triple H canceled it or some shit.
It's probably a good thing it didn't happen back in '04.
Mm,
Because like that was like before the Matt Hardy shit, right?
hmm.
I mean, are we going to get us every Cena match being completely overbooked?
No.
Oh, so now wait a minute. So now you're complaining about Cena's match?
Well, we're talking about Cena's match, aren't we?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, we are. It's amazing.
So
You went from
this is
complaining about Roman Reigns to complaining about John Cena. Wow.
he hates greatness.
I haven't mentioned Roman Reigns in an hour. I
Oh,
went from complaining. I'm talking about the match tonight. I'm not complaining about Cena himself,
no, but
but the match was completely overbooked.
yes. In December, you're gonna be like, "Oh, thank God it's over." Watch.
I think a lot of people are gonna feel that way come December.
I mean, it
But
hasn't been a good run if we're being honest. Let's be
here's
real.
my
He's had the
fear.
title a fucking month, dude.
I'm not talking
Jesus,
about his title. I'm talking about the entire year with his character and him.
dude. He's been a heel like 3 months.
My fear with the fact they're doing Archer versus Cena next.
Is a black man will win?
Truth's not winning. Is literally anyone's on the table. They're
There's
facing it. Like I expect probably like anyone is on the table now.
listen. Our truth is gonna turn that match into gold. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That
Our
match,
truth is going to be dummy over in that match.
that shit is gonna be gold, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
The 2 week build is going to be fucking hilarious. So like I'm happy this is a Saturday night main event it's happening on and not a PLE main event.
I mean,
But
they book it like one, so hell, you might as well.
I don't know, Saturday night main event since they brought it back has felt more like a glorified house show than a PLE. Even though they technically count Saturday night main event as a PLE.
Randall Brando soon is gonna be eating MREs.
About to meet Maurice.
I
So,
know.
what's your theory that you were going to say about Seth and Jay?
I'm done. I'm stupid. I don't know. Uh, shut up, Brandon. I'm trying to be serious. The only issue, I think that it is a great. The more title offenses that you can give Jay that he's successful on, the more believable he is as champion, and the more people that he will shut up. The only issue that I have is I don't. I walk a fine line with criticizing booking because I'm not a wrestler. But did nobody have a problem with Jay hitting two splashes on Seth Rollins and Seth kicking out of both of them? And he hit like one stomp on Jay. And I think Jay kicked out of one. Because to me, if Seth Rollins is kicking out of your finisher twice, like I don't even think it was a spear. If I remember correctly, it was he kicked out of a spear, and then he kicked out of, and this is and what I'm saying, not beat around the bush. He kicked out of two fucking splashes. That's your champion. That's your champion, and he's kicking out of your finisher twice. It almost comes across like, okay, well, you're not on the level of Seth Rollins if he's kicking out of your finisher twice, and all he has to do is like curb stomp you once. Am I thinking too much in that, or does that, or what I'm saying making sense?
It
I
makes
mean,
sense,
Larry
but
could.
I think in the way matches are booked these days, it's something that just is a natural occurrence with all so many
Right,
false finishes.
right. But the problem is that why would you? This is the only thing I hate with false finishes. Why would you give somebody more false finishes than another? Why the fuck? Like for instance, why I think I saw. Why would you give somebody one? Like I could be wrong, but didn't like Seth kick out of like two GTSs and Punk kicked out of one curb stomp or some shit like that?
Yeah.
My only thing is this. I'm saying if I think personally, I think that Jay should have probably won on Monday. Because if you don't have any, because you're getting the match out of the way. If you don't have if you don't have any long term plans to where they're not going to face each other for a while, I think that he should have beat Seth Rollins. I get that you had just turned Seth Rollins heel and that you want to keep him strong, but I don't a disqualification. You want him to beat superstars that are the top superstars to give him that believable title reign.
I think they painted themselves in a corner by doing the match because there was no right way to get to an end of that match. Like you were saying, you make Jay look weak that he can't put Seth away, but then Seth just turned and you don't want to have him take a loss yet either. So you put yourself into a no-win scenario with that booking that match to begin with at this point in time.
Well, but I think that the no the Winston the easy answer to that is because you had it done anyway. Sammy comes down, gets speared, boom. The ref gets knocked out. CM Punk comes down, hits the GTS on Seth Rollins. Jay goes up, hits the fucking splash. One, two, three. We know that because even that would be justifiable. Like, okay, he still beat Seth Rollins. Like, even with the fucking GTS. Like he still beat Seth Rollins, not for your first title defense. It's a fucking count out, and people because people are already doubting that you're main event anyway, and that you belong in the main event.
They haven't been doing Jay any favors to make him look strong. I think that's pretty much what you're getting at, right?
Not that they have not been doing any favors. I'm just saying because it's been ask me that by August. I'm just simply saying I'm just saying the whole, like I said, the whole this is the weirdest build to me because Jay is the fucking man on Raw, but you have Seth Rollins over here who everybody fucking knows is has already been to the mountaintop. Theoretically, Seth Rollins should be able to put Jay away because Seth Rollins is a if you're looking at this from a level of well, Seth Rollins is already a top guy. Jay is not the top guy yet. Like you know that collision is coming. So number one, I had an issue with them pulling the trigger like right away, or I didn't have an issue with them because bam, pull the trigger right away, have them beat Seth Rollins, get that shit out of the way. But now it's almost like okay, well it was a double disqualification that doesn't do any favors for Jay.
Yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying by having, them kick out of the same amount of finishers, otherwise one looks weak, but I don't think people are mostly counting to see that during a match and pulling up. Oh well, he hit two, but he only hit one type thing.
But it's done in such a way though that you can't fucking help but notice it. Like they like I get maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I just it to me it just made Jay look a certain way. Like you can't put this man away, and the ref's not impaired. You hit two splashes, which is supposed to be your finisher, and which goes back to I forgot who fucking said this shit. It's your fucking finisher, and you can't fucking put nobody away with the finisher. Well, what's the point of having a finisher if you have to hit it 3 times?
Completely off the topic, I think Jay needs a better finisher to begin with than a splash or a very weak spear.
He
Super
don't.
kick.
He doesn't though. The splash is fine. He's been putting away people like that for years. That's not the issue. The issue is that it made the
Everyone
splash look
kicks out of it.
weak. Exactly. It made this like there's no
But
issue.
like
Hell,
that's kind of
go ahead.
that's kind of what most mainstream wrestling is today for matches, though. I mean, aside from Baron Corbin's ended days, when's the last time a finisher was truly fucking protected nowadays? Like
The
every
Rollins.
Dudley's
big match,
3D.
someone gets Roman Spear. People kick motherfuckers kicked out of that too.
Once.
Like it should be like use a Roman example. Like one like build up to the spear. When the spear hits, that's when you know the match is over. And then when you get ready for him to finally lose, that's when you have someone kick out of it. Finally, no one in wrestling protects their finisher anymore. Finishers are not protected,
Hmm. That's
and it's
why a
like that
lot of
across the
finishers are
board.
just transition moves at this point.
Yeah, but Roman's different though.
Like it's also happened to Roman. At least a couple times during his reign that motherfuckers kicked out of the spear.
Like once.
Multiple. It wasn't just once.
I mean,
Oh, you didn't Drew kick out of it twice?
I don't know. I get it, but
Cody, I know, kicked out of it multiple times. Cody kicked out of a spear of Samoan Spike.
I mean that's an African American hero right there. So I mean You can't even
Baker kicked out
compare.
of the pedigree and Sweet Chin Music.
Don't get me to started on the fucking pedigree. What stupidity makes that shit? Don't get me started on his weekend.
Pedigree.
I hate that shit so much that the pedigree has become a fucking
It's generic move.
a DDT. Yes, like what the fuck?
All your
Are you?
favorite moves growing up, all your finishes growing up, they're
Oh
now
my
just generic
god!
moves. Rock
Nope.
bottom, fucking stunner, super
Oh my
kick,
god! Shut the fuck
Macho
up!
Man's elbow drop,
Shut the fuck up! Just stop
Hogan's
it!
leg drop.
Just stop it! Like, dude, who the fuck? Nobody, dude. When Mick Foley kicked out of Triple H's pedigree, that shit was fucking great, right?
That
But
meant something.
you turn that shit on AEW, bitches hitting tombstones and shit, and them motherfuckers kicking at it too.
On
What the
cement.
fuck?
They're
Like,
not even kicking out. They're just getting right back up. They're not even
like,
selling it.
like what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm just
Just
like,
wait till motherfuckers start using the mandible claw as like a generic move.
oh god, oh
Someone
god.
whips out Socko in the middle of the match.
Like, I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then like don't put somebody in a sleeper hold and you could tell there's a gap between like your elbow and their neck. And you're
Pat
not really
McAfee being the one to break out of the sleeper hold
oh,
manually.
oh my god. Or don't put somebody in the sleeper hold and you can literally fucking see them calling the next move and you're like, what are y'all
No finishers protected. And all your
Jesus.
favorite finishers growing up are now just generic wrestling moves.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
DDT, power bomb,
Like
sweet
the
chin
bear
music.
hug.
Even the Canadian Destroyer is a freaking
Fucking
transition.
Umaga's hip attack.
First off, it's the Mexican destroyer.
Now it's the Mexican destroyer now. No, you're just insulting a lot of people with masks tonight.
You really are.
First you call El Grande fucking Chad Gable when they look nothing alike. Now you're calling Penta Canadian.
No, I called the move Canadian. Just
His
like it's a
move.
Canadian, just like it's the Texas. Well, not well. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Dude, is your lawyer texting you?
You like OJ, you putting together the dream team?
Oh, shut the fuck. Okay, that's
Johnny ain't coming through that door, my friend.
uh, you
Lee
should
Bailey ain't walking through that door.
you should have just went Bailey. Shut the fuck up. 'Cause, Brandon, you get under people's skin. I say
Robert
one.
Kardashian ain't walking through that door.
Shut the fuck.
Kardashian ain't walking anywhere. But besides the point.
Here's Johnny Cochran.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my god. Well, actually, AI they could.
Robert Shapiro will, but he'll just be there to cut out your plea deal. Yes, you don't know talent.
I'm not a big fan of El Grande either. Can we wrap this shit up? Because I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we can end it on the El Grande slender.
My point is, the destroyer. People just hit it and get right up. They don't sell it. So it goes back to what BT
No,
was
no, no,
saying.
no, no, no. Call who hits it and don't get rid of. Does four super kicks into a fucking destroyer and gets back up and it hits one on his opponent. Then he goes down. Call it what it is, AEW. Go ahead, call him out. Go on your rant. You've never ranted. Me and Brandon have ranted before. You've never ranted. I want to hear you rant. That anger that you have right now, rant.
Anger.
Rant.
I have annoyance that you guys are killing a joke.
Right. So
But
then
I
use
don't
that annoyance to just
Who
right now
says we're
rant.
joking?
Oh,
Yeah.
rant about AEW. You need to lighten up, dude, before you have a fucking heart attack.
I'm good.
Dude,
I'm very
this
light.
man's Twitter is about to blow up tonight.
These sons of bitches. He's gonna text. He's gonna message Duffy. These sons of bitches. I see why you left them. I ain't never doing another show with them again.
Let's start our own show, pal.
I don't like the. I don't like these
The
sons of bitches.
extension connection.
The extension connection. Wow.
No, but it happened. Was it the match? I think it happened at Mania with Seth. I think Seth got hit with something, and he got right up and hit the stomp before dropping down.
I fucking
Yeah, to
hate
go
you.
to sleep.
You son of a bitch. I fucking hate you. I literally just said that 2 weeks ago. Oh my
I didn't do
god.
a show 2 weeks ago,
Oh my, yes you did. You weren't here last week.
and the week before that he had his draft.
Oh
Have
my
a draft. The
god.
NFL had a draft.
Dude, we went live after WrestleMania on Sunday and I said that shit. I'm gonna start copyrighting my shit because you know what? Y'all motherfuckers,
You're right.
I'm gonna copyright everything.
You said something 3 weeks ago, and I bring it up again. I'm supposed to remember you said something from 3 weeks ago.
You better if
Yes.
you don't want to get sued
Yeah,
again.
again, I haven't gotten sued once, but
Woo.
All right, let's end the show.
All right. We'll be back Thursday. Adios.